y'all, welcome back to QuickCast, the short and strong coffee podcast from Quick Draw Coffee Co. I'm Nicole, coming at you from behind the window of our trailer here in Laramie, Wyoming. Today we're diving into a classic coffee debate, the latte versus the cappuccino. Two drinks, same ingredients, but completely different vibes. By the end of this episode, you'll know which one is your style and why it matters how milk gets steamed. Let's get into it. Today, I am drinking a sugar-free Red Bull with sugar-free peach and sugar-free coconut. Super refreshing if you're looking for something that's not going to give you like a super big blood sugar spike in the middle of the afternoon, but it still has a little bit of that tropical sweetness from the coconut and definitely a whole bunch of caffeine. I want to start by giving you guys a brief history about espresso, which is the common denominator between lattes and cappuccino. So both lattes and cappuccinos start with the same foundation, espresso. That rich, bold shot of coffee is the heart of the drink. It's the flavor anchor that gives both drinks their kick. Espresso itself has a fascinating history. It was invented in Italy in the early 1900s as a way to brew coffee quickly while preserving all the rich flavors, hence the name espresso, meaning express, quick. Perfect for mornings when you need a quick caffeine boost. And from that Italian origin, espresso became the backbone of countless coffee drinks around the world, evolving into the lattes, cappuccinos, macchiatos, and mochas that we know today. And while each drink has its own style and flair, it's the espresso base that ties them all together. It's the common thread that keeps coffee lovers coming back for more. Let's start with the latte. So I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. A latte is totally milk forward. Typically it's 1 part espresso to 3 parts steamed milk with just a thin layer of foam on top. It's creamy, smooth, and the perfect drink if you want coffee with a soft, comforting texture. Think of a latte like a cozy blanket in a cup. Rich, mellow, and easy to sip for a long stretch of your day. People love lattes because they're versatile. You can keep it classic, add a shot of vanilla, caramel, or hazelnut, or even go seasonal with pumpkin spice or peppermint in the holidays. You can even play with alternative milks. Oat milk gives your latte a naturally sweet and creamy flavor, while almond milk adds a nutty twist. It's the perfect drink for morning commuters, slow afternoons, or when you just want a drink that's approachable, comforting, and hard to mess up. Unless you try to drink it while out on a cattle drive. In which case, good luck. Lattes are essentially the friendly neighbor of coffee drinks. They're reliable, adaptable, and always enjoyable, hot or iced. Now, let's break down the cappuccino. A cappuccino is equal parts espresso, steamed milk, and foam. It's a 3-layer drink. That thick foam on top gives it a cloud-like texture while keeping a bold espresso punch underneath. It's all about balance. A little stronger flavor and a little more air than a latte. Perfect if you want to feel that espresso hit, but still enjoy a creamy sip. Cappuccinos are great for anyone who wants a more traditional coffee experience or some more elegance in their cup. Sprinkle some cocoa or cinnamon on top and suddenly it feels like a tiny celebration every time you drink it. Plant-based or alternative milks can be a little trickier here though. Oat and whole milk tend to steam nicely, while soy and almond need extra care to get that fluffy foam. That comes from the difference in fat content in all of these different milks. It's also a drink with personality. It's lighter, frothier, and a bit bolder than a latte. It's perfect for mornings when you need a pick-me-up, but also want to savor the art of coffee making. And yes, you can feel fancy while doing it. Cappuccinos are basically the espresso drink equivalent of wearing a perfectly tailored felt cowboy hat. So as you can tell so far, the main difference between a latte and a cappuccino is the espresso to steamed milk to foam ratio. So let's talk about steaming milk perfectly for each of these drinks. Now, steaming milk is an art and a little bit of a magic trick. Baristas have to be careful to create the right texture. Silky smooth for a latte, airy and frothy for a cappuccino, without scalding the milk or ending up with bubbles the size of baseballs. No one wants a bubble latte surprise in their morning cup. Different types of milk behave differently too. Whole milk naturally creates a creamy, velvety texture, while skim milk or plant-based options like oat, almond, or soy require extra attention to get that perfect microfoam. Too much steam and oat milk can turn into a sad curdled mess. Too little and your cappuccino foam is more like a limp marshmallow. A good barista adjusts technique depending on the milk and the drink. It's almost like a dance with the steam. And yes, there's some science behind it, but mostly it's just practice, patience, and maybe a little hope that you didn't just waste perfectly good espresso. Now let's put these drinks side by side. Lattes are creamy and mellow. Cappuccinos are airy and bold. Lattes are great if you want a gentle, smooth sip that's easy to enjoy slowly, while cappuccinos are perfect when you want a stronger espresso punch with a frothy cloud-like texture. It's not just flavor, it's mouthfeel. The foam in a cappuccino creates a light, airy sensation that almost melts on your tongue, while the latte's silky milk feels cozy, comforting, and enveloping. Lattes are perfect for long chats or studying. Cappuccinos are great if you want a quick pick-me-up with a little sophistication. Choosing between them often come down to mood, taste preference, or whether you want to impress your friends by describing the subtle difference between microfoam and macrofoam like a coffee nerd. Bottom line, lattes are mellow, cappuccinos are bold, and it's all in the foam. At Quick Draw, we don't just serve coffee, we serve an experience cowboy style. Our lattes and cappuccinos aren't just classic, they're customizable. Want to add a little sweetness? Try the Palomino. It's our caramel vanilla latte. Or an Appaloosa, chocolate chip cookie dough latte with chocolate drizzle around the cup. Basically, ordering here is like picking your adventure. Whether you're team cozy latte, bold cappuccino, or wide Clydesdale 6-shot espresso mocha, there's a cup with your name on it. Here at Quick Draw, we make sure your latte is smoother than a cowboy's pickup line, and your cappuccino foam is fluffier than a Wyoming cloud on a windy day. All right, y'all. Now you know the real difference between a latte and a cappuccino. Next time you order, think about what you want. Cozy comfort or airy boldness? Swing by the trailer and taste both, or impress your friends by describing exactly what makes each unique. Next week, we're going into cold brew versus iced coffee, the smooth, sweet, high caffeine showdown. Thanks for listening to the Quickcast. If you like this episode, swing by the trailer, tag us on socials, and share this with a fellow coffee drinker. I'll catch you on the next episode, where every sip's got a story.